We'll call the meeting to order. I know that this is a hearing for contract ratification. So I'll turn it over to you, Nikki.
Yeah, so I'm going to present all of the terms of our tentative agreement. This is a hearing, so I will share this. This is also already posted on our website for anyone that would like to look at it. And then we have time for public comment and comment from JCCTA as well. So just walking through, this is the timeline. Today is the public hearing. We would be voting then to approve on November 13th board meeting. The summary, it is a one-year agreement for our contract for 25-26. And these are the language and additions. First is allowing and honoring lane changes, which is a horizontal movement on the salary schedule through a board resolution. This is just for informational purposes. That is for education. So those who have got additional education for additional degrees, honoring those changes. Adding language that in the future, they must hold an initial practitioner's license to be able to make those level changes, and they have to be courses that are on the Indiana approved list that apply to content area, and those changes have to be approved by the superintendent. We also have personal leave increasing from 3 days of personal leave to 4 days. And then we updated our recognition clause. That is just the definition of who's included in the bargaining unit and who is excluded. That needed updated, so we worked through that process. Next slide. There's an addition of association business time. We had 6 days of association business time for bargaining team members and chief spokesmen and officers, and now extending that to 10 days total, cumulative for all. Paternity and adoption days, adding 5 additional days that can be used of sick leave time so that there's a total of up to 20 days. And then health and dental and vision insurance, the updates are as follows. The next one, please. We'll go to health in a minute, it's further back. We've added a sports events pass, so every teacher shall get an all sports pass for the corporation that allows them to attend events. It does not apply to tournaments and events and things sponsored by IHSAA or fine arts events. We have a few grandfathered things in our ECA appendix that the dates needed to be updated. And class coverage language we had to clean up when it said no substitute is available, and just cleaning up language. There was a word that Herb asked for us to delete from our last contract, the words new teacher hiring at the top of the salary schedule, so we'll clean that up per their request. Next slide. We also are adding an early retirement incentive, and that is just has to be in the contract to be able to offer an early retirement incentive. It's not a promise that we will, it's just the possibility. And so it says that if the board were to decide to offer an early retirement incentive to teachers in the coming year, they would notify everyone of that by February 20th this year with the parameters, and they would have until March 20th to decide and turn in if they would like to accept that incentive or not. So other ECA language, so this is our sports positions and clubs. So adding that, we've had a lot of staff asking to split their stipends with other coaches, other people. So adding language in that just clarifies that, and that they can do so by contacting their building administrator and the human resources department with that request. This is only for informational purposes. It is not a part of the bargain contract, but for informational purposes. Looking at what would the stipend amount be if we had boys varsity volleyball for a coach and assistant coach, and then also splitting middle school co-ed soccer into boys teams and girls teams, and what would those coaching positions be paid in that case. Grievance procedure being updated to match what is standard in the state with that 4th step of the grievance process, meaning that a grievance could go to the board after it goes to the superintendent at the 3rd step. So next slide, please. And this is the timeline of how that grievance would work, how many days that the board has for that opportunity to review that request and then to submit an answer. And that's continued. It's giving that timeline of that formal hearing if there were another step. So then, overall, we've had a lot of conversations with JCCTA in the last year about our financial situation and how we are trying to be fiscally responsible and make the adjustments that we need to in order to move forward in a healthy financial position. And I believe those conversations have been able to have been had in the last year because of the great leadership of that team. They have taken on a lot of work of helping navigate some very difficult decisions in a very human way. And I've appreciated all of their hard work. As part of that conversation being that at this point financially, the best fiscal responsible decision would be to have a stipend instead of a base pay increase for this year. It is only a one-year contract. And so that base stipend would be $1,250. The insurance information, we have from our CISIC consortium what the rates for next year would be. The medical insurance rates increasing 5%, cost to the employee. The increase for dental is 12.5%, and then there's no increase with vision insurance. And then this was their slideshow that they presented to the teachers and so graciously allowed us to use as well, just so we were all on the same page. So you don't have a vote today. That was from their contract ratification. But I would like to offer Molly an opportunity to share anything that she would like to add, and then we can answer any questions.
No, I just on behalf of JCCTA, I'd like to thank both sides of the bargaining team. It was not a fun year to come and bargain when we think financials, and that's what our teachers look for. We were super pleased. Our members voted this in very highly. It was very much like a 90% vote in. So we're excited to one more year bargaining down. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Any questions, and then if we have any public comment.
So we'd ask if anyone else is here that would like to make input or public comment. And then if any board members have anything to share. No? Okay. So then I think we will adjourn the hearing. Okay, meeting adjourned.